Hi everyone, Realtor Josh Kepke here with VancouverRealEstateToday.ca. It's Friday, April 10th, and we're about 3.5 weeks into the social distancing public guidelines in Vancouver. We are now facing a massive shock that is going to push unemployment levels well into the double digits with record high levels of household debt. This is a serious headwind for the housing market. Over 500,000 Canadians have already received mortgage deferrals, and that number is climbing daily. We're in for a bumpy ride ahead. Banks are tightening credit significantly, and even though you might be working today, that does not mean that you'll be able to qualify for a mortgage. You can expect new guidelines surrounding HELOCs or home equity lines of credit coming soon. Why? Well, put yourself in the bank's shoes. How do you safely issue mortgages in this environment? Canadian households have the highest debt to GDP in the G7 at 101%. Our household debt servicing ratios have never been higher, despite low interest rates. The reality is, credit's going to tighten immensely in the coming months. Drawn HELOC balances at Canadian chartered banks are equivalent to 10% of GDP versus just 2% in the United States. In other words, we Canadians have built an economy which has leveraged rising real estate prices to help fuel consumer spending. Our household saving rates have gone from a high of 4.6% in 2009 to savings rates that have averaged just 3.6% over the past 10 years, and recently ended 2019 at 3% savings rate. In other words, there is no rainy day fund. As of midweek, over 2 million Canadians have filed jobless claims. Some economists expect unemployment to hit 15%, a new record high, which is overwhelming. And all this is really a lot of technical bank jargon that the banks would prefer you just ignore. But to put it bluntly, the outlook for housing is not a positive one. The reality is there is a lot of market participants that haven't figured this out yet. That is where, by watching this video and working with me, you have the edge. Media headlines tout a 46% year-over-year increase in the Vancouver home sales for March. Now that does not factor in that March 2019 was the slowest March on record dating back to 1990. Furthermore, sales are a lagging indicator because the Real Estate Board publishes process sales, i.e. when the paperwork was received and processed. In other words, they're reporting sales that were agreed to weeks ago and sometimes even further back. Policymakers are throwing everything they can at this. CMHC has relaunched their 2008 financial crisis playbook, bringing back the IMPP Insured Mortgage Purchase Program. They are effectively issuing and taking mortgages off the bank balance sheets to the tune of a pledged $150 billion. It'll be much higher than that by the time they're done as well. And the Bank of Canada has launched their own version of quantitative easing, aka money printing. We're all well aware of the reaction function from policymakers and the damage it will have on the broader economy and thus the housing market. For those paying attention, there was and still is time to prepare and position yourself accordingly. We could also see issues in the pre-sale market. There are currently 44,000 homes under construction in Metro Vancouver, and these buyers will need to qualify at the time of completion. Obviously, that may be difficult if your employment situation has changed. Until then, the housing market will remain virtually on pause. Expect sales and new listings to fall off a cliff in April. We won't see prices change much in the next couple of months until activity resumes, inventory builds, and you get some clearance. Listen, everyone. There is a lot of misinformation and confusion about what is occurring in the real estate market. And my goal is to inform and educate you about the reality of the market during this turbulent time. The current situation has forced us to make adjustments in the home buying process. However, I still have clients looking at homes and buying and selling them. Many of my clients are setting virtual consults so that when the market returns back to normal, they're ahead of the curve. Others need to buy and sell today. So what I'm doing right now is scheduling 30 to 45 minute sessions inside of Zoom where I'm giving you behind the scenes access to what is happening in the marketplace. Call, text, email, DM me right now to see for yourself. You can reach me at 604-313-9805 at Josh Kepke. or sold@joshkepke.ca. Happy Easter to each and every one of you and your families. Stay safe. I'm Josh Kepke, realtor with Vancouver Real Estate today at McDonald Realty, and have a great weekend. Bye for now.